Shalom, Israel. All praise to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. The modern city apostles and elders at Great Millstone. And shalom to the elect men doing his work in truth and in sincerity. This is Daniel chapter 3, verse 10. Thou, O king, has made a decree that every man shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And at that time in the Babylonian captivity under the king of Nebuchadnezzar, our people were made to worship the golden image. So basically you can call it the god of that time. And it says, whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Now what, that's spiritually, just reading it, I was thinking about basically us spiritually not worshiping the God of this world, Satan. What? That we are also cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Alright? All types of demons come up on people that we have to deal with on a day-to-day. Our bosses, our women, our kids. Even you get wicked thoughts. So when we try to serve the Most High, Yahawashi, you're just subject to basically the furnace, the fire. All right, I'm gonna skip to verse 17. It says, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. So right, being Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was basically talking to the king like, look, because they were saying if you don't worship this image, that you're going to be cast into the burning fiery furnace. All right. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was saying, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So right, great words from our forefathers, man. Be it so, man, that we just gotta go through the hell that we gotta go through. Not to walk, like the scriptures say, not to walk, with them. Even though basically the scriptures say that being that we don't walk with the same excess of rights, we looked at as strange, man. So being that we looked at as strange, we looked at as outcasts. In which case we catch a lot of hell, man, a lot of extra hell. But what it says, no matter what, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. All right, and that's beautiful. And let's see where their faith got them. I'm gonna skip to verse 22. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Because basically being that they didn't worship the image, the king had them being thrown in the fire. All right. In which case he made it exceeding hot. In the story it says that he made it 7 times more hot than how it normally is, man. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? Okay, I'm going to skip. Okay, I'm going to keep going. They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Right, so in the midst of the fire, basically Yahawashi was there, man. Yahawashi was in the midst. It says, then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who have sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's words, and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any God except their own God. All right? So our people had integrity, man. It goes to show, man, just worshiping and serving Yahawashi no matter what. Hey, Yahawashi got you, man. All right? In the end, they will actually increase, man. And it went to, they will actually increase in faith. They were increased in faith. And what? They were increased in, basically throughout the Babylonian kingdom, man. Throughout the Babylonian land. All right? Nebuchadnezzar even said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who have sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him. Right? So you just got to trust in the Most High, no matter what. We catch a lot of hell. But either way, man, we still got to trust in the Most High, man. All right? And when you trust in the Most High, he's in the midst of you. He's in the midst. All right? Yahawashi is always in the midst. All right? I want to get another precept. This is 1 Peter 1:6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, through that great fire that you go through. All right? Through that great fire that our forefathers went through. What? They were in heaviness. With Paul, when he was shipwrecked, when he was stoned. Like the story I just read, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Daniel in the lion's den. John the Baptist, when he's basically accused. When he was accused by Herod. Who else? King David. Abraham. Noah, Moses. Joseph. All right, all the great men of the Lord, man. They were in heaviness through manifold temptations. Just for serving the Most High and trusting in Him. That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahawashi. And right, you saw that, man. It might be tried with fire at the appearing of Yahawashi, man. So when Yahawashi was on the scene, man, when Yahawashi was in the midst, no harm could touch them. In which case, they received praise and worship and fame. Because they kept their integrity, they maintained their faith, man. All right. So I'm gonna get one more precept. This is Revelations chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And right, and this, this talking about basically the FEMA camps and stuff like that. While we going through this is talking about the FEMA camps and everything like that. When Esau comes down having great wrath, he's gonna cast some of us into prison, man. It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. So not even now, in a spiritual standpoint, we catching hell. But even, when the Lord, gets closer and closer to coming back, we're gonna be catching hell in a physical standpoint. Even with the chip, man, we're gonna be outcasted. We're gonna be looked at as demons. People not gonna wanna fuck with us. They're gonna cast us up into the magistrates, man. But it says, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Which the 10 days just represents a number of time that the Lord has appointed for you to go through. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So right, man, no matter how much hell we go through, we just have to be faithful unto the Most High until death, man. Be faithful unto death, man. That's plain. It says, be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. So the Most High is going to exalt you if you be faithful for Him unto death, man. A lot of times how I like to think about it as, we go through hell now, but this is nothing compared to what we are headed for. The beauty of the kingdom of the Most High, man. the scriptures say that the sufferings of this time cannot compare to the glory that we will receive in the kingdom, man. So with that, Lord willing, brothers edified. Shalom, Israel.